Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Motivation Sprints. Super happy to have you guys here. There are already people in the comments. Love it. Regina, hello. She is ready for the kittens. I am ready for the kittens today, too. So that sounds great. And Rebecca's here. Hello. Welcome. So let us know what you're going to be working on tonight. We will be doing 3 30-minute sprints and chatting in between. My co-host guest Kauffman will be here a couple minutes later. So I will be joined by a friend. And so we will chat both writerly and non-writerly related things. And so we'll end around 8 to 8:30 Central Standard Time. Just depends on how much we chat. But for everyone, if there's anyone lurking who doesn't know who I am or watching the replay, my name is Holly. I'm the author of A Diamond Bright and Broken. Central Daylight Time. Yes, thank you. Yes, we officially sprung forward and now I'm 2 hours ahead of my sister, which is so fun. But I just had attended my first author fair. So other than my book signing for the release in November, this was my first author event. So go check out either Instagram or TikTok. I posted about how the event went and the friends that I made and some of the fun books that I bought. So it was like, oh, I sold some books and made money, but then I also found books that I wanted and spent that money. But it was still really fun. Lots of great collaborating and just having fun talking with readers and authors. And a lot of people really seemed to enjoy that this was a Tangled retelling with a female/gender bent Flynn writer that really drew their interest in. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that, and that definitely gave me that motivation to keep working on the sequel, which I am working hard on. Last week was a little bit of a slough, didn't really get a lot of words in. It was just one of those weeks, but I'm really hoping to get back into the groove this week because I really want to try to finish this first draft by the end of March. I am going on vacation the last week of March for just the first half of the week, and then the second half of the week I just have off for a staycation. So really hoping that I can get stuff done and finish this first draft. Hello.
Woo!
I told people you'd be coming.
I am here. Give me just a second, and let me get this stream set up.
Yes, no worries.
Hoffman's not behind at all.
No, you're fine. I was late to yours when I hopped on yours before. I will keep going through the comments. I just did my little introduction. But Regina's gonna play with some art. That sounds super fun. What kind of art are you working on? Your coloring books that you created, or doing something else? I am super curious. Rebecca's sitting in a Starbucks working on revisions. Yay! Officially past the halfway point, right? Can I do math? Yes. Woohoo! I am not a mather.
I'm not mathematical either.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce yourself?
All right. Yes. Greeting, friends. Greeting, writers. Love seeing everyone here. Y'all, I'm sure most of you guys know, I recognize everybody here in the chat. I am Kauffman on a mission to help the writers of the world with the process, lifestyle, and mindset that it takes to be an author. Because, yeah, daily writing motivation, 430 consecutive streams on the Write Now YouTube channel. So there we go.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I was wondering, I'm at 365, are you going to be okay, that's it? Let's take a breather.
Yeah, I asked myself that as well. I'm I remember back in December when I was getting close to that 1 year mark. I'm like, well, what do I do when I hit it? Do I just end it? Because I hit my goal, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But then I hit day 367 and I'm like, well, I'll just do one more day. And then 360, I was like, all right, well, I'll just do another day. And I'm kind of trapped in this endless loop where I'm like, all right, how long can I keep it going? Because 366 sounds great, but 600 sounds better.
Yes. I love it. And I know you just had your writer or your right now like updates, but I
Mhm.
got your email and I have it. I missed the last two episodes of your podcast for season 2,
Mhm.
but I'm like so interested, so like wanting to listen to them because they're
Mhm.
balancing writing with a day job,
Yep.
overcoming imposter syndrome. And I did watch the social media for writers one, so I was just like, Kauffman, you always have such good content. And I think it helps you that like you always have something, there's something different every day, whether you're doing
Mhm.
sprints or the critique group or the writers group. So I feel like that kind of helps you be able to like, okay, today there's this, tomorrow there's this. So
Thank you for that. Yeah,
yeah.
in along this journey of creating the Right Now community, brand, whatever you want to call it, I really wanted to create an environment that's accessible to all styles of writers and all skill sets while providing motivation for different things. And I
Mm-hmm.
think still early on in the journey, I'm still learning, but I think I wanted that type of environment where writers could check out Right Now and they're like, oh wow, those two types of streams sound really cool. Maybe I want to be involved in a weekly writers group, or maybe I want to learn from author interviews, or maybe some writers just want to hang out and wait till we do our next fiction contest, or maybe they want to be in the book club. So I'm really trying to create an all-inclusive community that really encapsulates what it means to be a writer in all areas of the lifestyle.
I love that.
Mhm.
Yay. We welcome that inclusivity here. Janine was the last couple weeks, she was working on looking at some editors, decided to forego the beta readers, and just go with that good developmental editor. I actually found some good editors that were affordable.
Woo!
Yay! That's
That's
what we want.
awesome. Whenever you can find somebody who is for a good rate for what you're looking for, I feel like that's always a win.
Yes, yes, that's so exciting.
Mhm.
Sorry if you hear my husband faint, and then the food just came down for the cats and the automatic feeder, so like my voice will go through there. So, anyways, um, but they're much more excited about my book, which I thought wasn't going to happen. I thought they were going to be mean. Well, then that you don't want to work with them if they're going to be mean because they're supposed to have that compliment sandwich,
Mhm.
tell you what's working, tell you what's not, and help.
Mhm.
That's the whole point, is to be helpful without,
Mhm.
being mean. So I'm glad that you found those people. So
How's progress coming on book 2?
yes, I am like, oh, I keep saying I'm almost at the halfway point, but now I'm like really so close because they just like made the announcement for something that's, for the midpoint essentially that's
Mhm.
gonna occur. So, but last week was actually like a really just not good week for me with being productive. It was kind of just this like I would say it was kind of like a rut like last week,
Mhm.
but I had my first like author fair on
Mhm.
Saturday at my local library, and that was really, I knew I was like, I'll be uplifted from that. So that kind of helped me. And I'm like ready to go because I'm like, okay, I've like I started March off strong, and then last week I wrote 230 words, which is not the progress that I'm wanting to make. So I'm like, okay, we lost a week. Let's get back into this. We still
Okay.
have 3 more weeks of March, and we are not going to let it go. So, um,
That's
yeah.
good. So it sounds like you're trying to push yourself at least to be able to kind of make some more progress.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's what I'm going to be working on tonight, is working on the sequel. um, Regina is compiling a body of art that I can use for coloring books down the road. Awesome. I do the art, then simplify it in Procreate version for coloring books. My flowers book is live.
Ooh, that's a really cool. That
I
is really,
love
really
that
cool.
too. While we go through the rest of the comments, I'm going to pull up our kitty race timer so that people
Woo!
can start voting for which cat they think is going to win the first race. Zuko, he's like, you mentioned the cats. I'm here.
And Zuko is here. Zuko's like, I am ready to vote.
um, and then Zuko always is there. So I'm like, well, I have to vote for Zuko. So I'm just going to say number 3.
I will always vote for little Bluey there, number 4.
Yes, Bluey. um, oh yeah, and Zara, I was so glad you were able to come on this week, Kaufman,
Mhm,
because Zara's gone.
mhm.
She's
Yeah,
in
because she usually
London.
joins you. She usually joins you on
Yeah,
your Monday
she joins like
motivations, right?
everyone. But
Mhm.
she's in London right now.
Ooh,
So I'm
exciting.
doing like, publisher things and
That's cool. Is she traveling? Is she in London for publishing stuff?
yeah, publishing
Mhm.
stuff. And I
That's
think
cool.
she was connecting with whoever like was the rights agent for like the audiobooks. Cause I'm like,
Awesome.
me and then another inimitable author, like we were like,
Mhm,
we really want an audiobook of our, I mean, like I haven't like pushed it because I know like we're just, you know, we
mhm.
can only just kind of wait, like I can't do anything, but she just kind of randomly gives me updates and I'm like, oh yeah, I want an audiobook because there's some people that's all that's the only way they read, so I
You
want
know,
to
I'm just
open
gonna
that up.
create my own audiobook. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna create it myself. Like,
And
because when I
so
think about what readers want from an audiobook, readers literally just want to be able to hear it read at a decent pace at somebody who is able to have some type of professionality. Sometimes the author, sometimes not.
right, no, that's true.
Mhm,
And like I really enjoyed like reading the first chapter, like when I was on the podcast for you, and then like I
mhm.
read it before, and so I'm like, I feel like I could maybe do it. So if like
I feel like
nothing
you
becomes
should.
of
I
it,
mean, because think
I'll
about it
tell
like
her.
this. Think about it like this. Every single reader, every single person who's interested in your book
Hmm.
and you send them to the Amazon page and like, oh, I want to buy the book. Oh, there's no audiobook. I'm
Hmm.
not interested because maybe some people don't like audio.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity when really, I mean, it does take time, obviously, to read a book. But I think if you dedicate like a week, you could read through it, record it on your phone. You could do a low quality version, charge
Yeah.
slightly less, and be like, hey, this is the author exclusive audiobook.
I love that.
Mhm.
Zara's gonna come back and be like, "Who are you talking to? Where did you get these ideas
Blame
from?"
it on Kauffman. But there is something to be said as well about like if you have the money to invest in high
Mhm.
quality audio production, that
Yeah.
is definitely worthwhile. So if you have the budget, absolutely invest
Yeah.
in professional voice actors.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the budget, you might as well have something out there because I think an audiobook that does something is better than nothing.
Yeah. That's so
Mhm.
true. And
Like
I
I know
think
for myself, I have to listen to audiobooks because I'm too
mhm.
busy to open. I mean, I don't know. I need to get more time.
Yeah, no, and that's my main like I have to be very intentional to read a
Mhm,
physical book because I'm more drawn to audiobooks too because I'm like I can just do it while I'm driving, while I'm
mhm.
walking, doing chores, and so it's just so much easier. But I'm like there's so many books that don't have audiobooks. I want to be I want to read those too. So it's a struggle. It's the writers or readers struggle rather. um but Janine, I won't forget to get to your comment, but I just wanted to say hi to the people that popped in. Unknown Messenger Star, really cool
Hello.
name. LeMay, it's been a while. Hello. And Raph, hello. Second most
The
famous
second most
Kaufman.
famous Kaufman. The second most famous Kaufman so far. Andy Kaufman
Ooh.
was, of course, a very well-known comedian, but I
Oh,
promise you
okay.
guys, Kaufman will be the most famous. Give it a few years.
Yes, I love the confidence. So, guys, let us know which cat you think is going to win this first race, either color or number. And it is okay if you vote for a cat that someone else has voted for. And Courtney's here too. Hello. Um, so, Janine said, I thought editors are supposed to be mean and cutthroat, and why we get beta readers is because betas were supposed to be nicer than editors.
Oh.
No, because like beta readers, they can look at things from like a reader's lens and give
Mhm,
it, or like from a writer's lens if they're a writer too.
mhm,
But the editor is going to be more meticulous. They have the skills and experience to
mhm.
see things and know your genre and the market and common mistakes and things like that. So it's more of like their expertise that's
Agreed.
I feel like is the difference.
Yeah, I think I always like to distinguish it as an alpha reader is a writing service professional who is going to do a reading and give you basically a critique.
Yeah.
A beta reader is a reader in your genre who is going to read it and give you a critique based off their reading experience. Whereas
Right.
an editor's goal is to find as many problems in your work based on what type of edit it is, developmental, line, copy, whatever, and then let you make the decisions on what you want to listen to or not listen to.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
true. Love it. Oh my goodness, so many so many other people here too. My bad
Welcome,
storytelling.
welcome. Hey, what's up, guys?
Love the picture. It's great.
It's probably because I did an update stream today, so I didn't do a writing sprint. So everybody's probably like ready to get some
Cool.
writing into.
Yes, let's do it. So we are gonna get started with this first sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. All right, that was the end of the first sprint, and number 7 won. I don't know if anyone voted for
Oh man.
Loki.
Let's see. Bluey got close. Bluey and Zuko were right at the
Oh,
beginning there.
yeah, I don't think anyone went with 7, which means that Zuko's next in line. So Zuko
Oh
wins.
man. Zuko
Yay!
wins by default.
Default. Yes. Last week everyone won like legitly, and it was like
Oh really?
incredible. We were like, someone actually won. It was great.
I was like, do you ever consider like keeping a tally of the winners somewhere?
I should. Oh my gosh. I wish I did that to be like, okay, this, because then I could be like, well, Snowball wins,
Or maybe you should just keep it, or
56% of
maybe you
the
should just
time.
keep a tally of which cats win, and we'll pretend that it's based on skill.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's actually smart. I'll be like, 7.
I was
7.
like, all right, Zuko's won 22 times, but little Bluey here.
No, now I'm curious to see. Because there was one stream where Snowball won all 3 times, even
Mhm.
with the 30 cats, and we were like,
Like
okay,
it's
this is
rigged,
rigged. Yeah.
rigged. Snowball, are you getting into the snowball?
Right. So that was yeah, that was fun. So how did everyone do for that sprint? Let's see. Some friends popped in,
Mhm.
and Calvin made it after
Right.
lunch. Awesome. My bad storytelling got 225 words. That's
Nice,
great.
nice.
Woohoo. I'm probably where I need to count how many words I got. How did you do?
I didn't get to start on it yet. I was
Yay.
doing all I had
Exciting.
to catch up on admin stuff first.
Yeah, admin.
I mean, if admin counts, then hundreds upon hundreds of words.
Mhm. No, that was like me too. So I ended up writing 132 words
Hmm.
because I made an 8 dinner.
Hmm.
I was like, I'm not doing anything fancy, just microwave, something real quick. Um, and then I was responding to some emails,
Hmm.
and then my soon to be brother-in-law, but my sister-in-law's boyfriend, because we're all going to um, visit my husband's dad.
Okay.
So we're all going. But anyways, he was like, "How are you guys getting from the airport to the Airbnb?" And I was like,
Hmm.
"Because we're leaving. That's in 2 weeks now. Oh my gosh." But I was like,
Wow.
"Yeah, good question." And I was like, "I guess we'll have to take an Uber." And he's like, "Well, but they're driving and we're flying."
Hmm.
Because I'm like, I do not want to do a road trip, and they're doing the whole road trip thing. But anyways, they're like, "Oh, we might be able to pick you up." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right, because you're gonna have a car, so you don't have to pay like $1 billion for an Uber." Because the
Yeah.
ride was gonna be like 36 minutes, and so anyway, so I was dealing with that, but then the last part, I was like, "All right, now I'm getting back into my writer groove."
Yeah, I mean, dealing with any type of like traveling logistics is always a lot of fun. But you'll
Yes.
be thankful once you're there and you're on the fun times.
Yeah. Well, and it's good because I'm so last minute. Like I forgot. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I should probably start like figuring out the logistics of this. So like, how are we going to get from the airport to the Airbnb? All of these things." And then my sister-in-law yesterday had texted um, her dad being like, "So like, what should we wear? Like, what sort of activities are we doing?" And I'm like, "That's a really good question too, because like I literally don't know. I'm letting everyone plan this out." Um, but so I'm like, this is good. Other people are helping me like plan things. So
It's actually funny. I have a trip planned and coming up actually soon, and I haven't
oh
done like
nice.
any logistics, but the my partner who I'm traveling with, she's like planned out everything. I'm like, all right,
You
you
need
deal
those
with
people. You need both sides of the spectrum. So we're the
that.
ones that like sit back. Where are you going? Anywhere fun?
Um, all the way back to Northern California.
Oh, exciting.
Hmm. Get to have an adventure back in back where I used to live. So it's
Aw,
super fun. It'll be a trip.
that's so fun. How long are
Hmm.
you going to be there for?
Not super long. It's a short trip, but it'll be cool. Going on on an adventure of sorts.
That's like mine. Like I have
Mhm.
the whole week off, but I'm only going to be there for like, I guess technically like 3.5 days based on when our
Mhm.
flight come in. So I'm like, it's not a super long trip.
Are
I
you
don't
doing
need those
anything
long
writing related?
vacations. What'd you say?
Anything writing related while you're traveling?
Well, I'll probably try to write on the plane. And then the second half of the week, I'm planning on like writing a lot since I won't
Okay.
have work and I can just focus
Yeah,
on it.
got to get work done on book 2.
Yes.
Is Zara, is she like book 2? We need book 2 out.
I know. I'm like, I need it. I need it. And reader, she's like, I can't wait for the sequel. I'm like, yeah, me too. um, oh, Regina wrote some more protest
Oh,
letters. Ooh, tell us
nice.
more.
What are we protesting?
Yeah, dish the deets. I know you're in Vegas, so right? Are you in Vegas or Nevada? I forget if you're
Mm,
in Las Vegas proper, but yeah, dish the deets. Rebecca said I finished my chapter 19 revision and did a quick pass of 20. Yay!
nice.
I'm realizing I
Nice.
need to clarify my villain's motives around this part in the book, so we'll see how that goes. Ooh, that's so good. Yeah, my villains are like um, going to be making more of a showcase
Mm-hmm.
in the second half of the sequel. But the first part is like everyone else, they're their own villains. So they're doing their own villainy things themselves. Just
Yeah, you know what's interesting is because The Last Scarecrow is an action adventure type book. The antagonist isn't really predominant until closer to the end of the book. But I mean, would argue that a lot of the obstacles and antagonists is really the state of the world itself. But that's a little bit more of a norm for action adventure. It's like Lord of the Rings, right?
yeah.
The big bad guy doesn't show up in the first book, right? You don't really even see him until the end of the trilogy.
Yeah,
If
that's
you really
so
think about it.
true. So I was
Hmm.
like, oh shoot, wait, is that bad? Like they're not really. They're like
And I mean, even if
doing
you think
things in the
about like
wings.
for your genre, Harry Potter, right? So Harry
Mm-hmm.
Potter, book number 1, Voldemort is in like the last 5 minutes of the book. Technically, you could argue that Quirrell is really technically him in disguise, but even then, Quirrell isn't too predominant of a character in that first book.
Right. That's so true.
Hmm.
Okay, makes me feel better. um, Calvin got 40 words.
Nice,
Nice.
nice.
Courtney got 488.
Ooh, you
Woohoo.
guys getting more progress than I am.
Yes, everyone's getting things done. Hey, everyone's at their different points.
Hmm.
Haley got some notes done. Should be able to finish them during the next sprint. And you got a snack. That sounds great.
Need some brain food.
Yes. I'm in love with these like gummy like the Welch's fruit snacks. So that's what I have with me because I'm like, oh, my like dinner was kind of paltry, so I'm just like, I'm probably going to be hungry in like 5 minutes, so I'll bring this with me too.
Like that works.
Because sometimes I have heftiers, and other times like I just kind of like snack for dinner. It's more of just like grabbing random things, like
Mm.
let me have like a spoonful of peanut butter and like some cereal. Like I'm like it's like a like the lazy girl dinner or whatever. I don't know.
I'm usually not too bad about snacking throughout the day. I think throughout the day because I'm focused on work, my meals are pretty good. But then I end up wanting to snack at night,
Yeah.
especially if I'm doing more like now I'm writing, then I can snack as I'm going. But yeah, I don't know. I won't. I try to stay away from eating when I'm live streaming. I feel like I'll
Yeah.
just get distracted.
That's why, like, usually these, like, my first sprint is me, like, eating dinner. Like, people don't want to see me, like, chewing. So it's like, I literally, like, hi! And then I, like, turn off
Bye,
the
blah, blah,
camera.
blah,
Hi. Oh. But before, actually, I saw Zara during one of her sprints. She was eating, like, Chinese food, I think. And she had these noodles. And I was like, you go, girl. You do it. I'm currently trying to make sure I don't hit something into the reader's head too hard while making it obvious. Yes.
Trying to
So
like
true.
weave that thread or that needle, right? Where it's
Mhm.
you can't go too much or too little, and it depends on what story beat you're on.
Right, right. Yeah, it's good that you like recognize it so that you're on
Hmm.
the lookout for it.
Hmm.
Oh, bye, Rebecca.
Aw.
See you. Um, Courtney said, I'm currently trying to make this chapter force people to actively cry all over the book. If I could, this chapter should be printed on waterproof paper. Oh, the evil writer syndrome. You're one of those. I always say that. I'm like, are you going to make me feel things? Because, like, I'm also a masochist, so I'm here for it. But
Yes. Yes. I completely agree with that. But I mean, I think, is that our goal as writers? Is our goal to make the readers feel things?
yeah, because what is that? Like, no tears. Well, and then if you cry too, like, no
Right.
tears in the
I was like,
writer,
hey,
no tears
if
in the
I'm crying,
reader.
well, if we're crying while we're writing it, then hopefully the reader's definitely crying when they're reading it.
Yes, yes. So I've had my tears while writing some scenes. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I did too. Except the difference was I was writing it live stream, so people. But I was a small box. I don't think people could see.
We just have to wait for the book to come out.
You know what's funny though is all the time from friends and family, and sometimes viewers will say this as well. They're like, your facial expressions while you're writing are so like vivid and animated and detailed, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even know what I look like when I'm like in the process of writing. I'm just like in the zone. For all I know, I'm like talking to myself, trying to voice out characters or like do the actions. But
Yes.
my dad always calls me out for it. I'm like, you're a writer.
That's so true. I think like I don't necessarily realize it sometimes, but it was one of the recent streams. I think I was laughing as I was writing something, and then Raph was like, "Oh, something fun is going on in Holly's world," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm on stream. Like I guess my face is very like animated or something." So it was funny. Okay, Northern Nevada. Okay. I'm just expressing my opinions about the current administration to senators. And you also make phone calls. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. It's how
More.
to be proactive.
Yeah. I've done that. I've done the letters before for certain things, but phone calls, that's hard for a millennial. So
You're like,
definitely
can
not
I
calling.
send a text?
Yeah, I was like, I'll send an email all day, air day. Oh my gosh. Ginny needs to eat. Yes, sounds good. Get some food in ya, something good. While we go through the rest of the comments, I'm gonna pull up our second kitty race timer. I'll make it a little bigger right now because there are 10 cats. Yay!
It's okay. I still believe in you, Bluey. Number 8.
Okay. Number 1 called out to me right away, so I have to go with number 1. But then
You're feeling the love down there. It's like the love cat.
Yeah. What's the red one doesn't have a name. Cupid.
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 Aww.
That's his
Cupid.
name. It's
Little
Cupid.
Cupid.
Sunny, and then the purple one's just Violet. Yeah.
I just want you to now have a list of all the names of the cats.
I will name the 30 cat list someday.
Like, all right, whichever cat you choose, have to create a character out of it.
I love it. Raph's just getting off of work, about to start my final edit of my sci-fi novella, and might watch some Silo season 2. Nice.
I enjoyed that. Second season was interesting.
Oh, cool. I know, Raph, like I literally wrote on my phone, which it's charging right now, but last week I was adding like all these shows and all these books. I'm like, you have to stop. I can't. No. All of your recommendations are too good. I can't catch up. So funny. Hello, Holistic Hip Style. Love your name and picture. Your followers always have like the coolest the coolest names.
Holistic is really cool. Holistic always has like a way of wording like prose and like different word choice in a way that feels like very like motivational and upbeat.
Ooh.
So very cool.
Are you from Hawaii?
Good question.
Oh wait, but aloha. Maybe it's just a different way of saying hello. It's because the character is a custom race, but I don't know how to communicate what it is well. Oh, okay.
Interesting. So essentially,
Okay.
you've created your own race, which is super cool, by the way.
Mhm.
Um, how would you go about describing a custom race, Holly?
Yeah. I think if they're human and they just have certain characteristics, like whether it's like a darker skin tone or, you know, like pointed ears or something, or like, flared nostrils, like however you want to describe it. Because I don't know if they're more like animalistic. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I guess I don't know. Because I've never created a race before, so I'm like, you know what? That's a good question.
As a fantasy nerd, this is what I would recommend. If it doesn't have any defining characteristics of any other well-known races, then you're going to have to do a little bit of a heavier description to
Mhm.
describe, to at least paint a picture for the reader as it pertains to when they're first introduced. If you're
Mhm.
if you're introducing an evil alien race and they have all these cool abilities, but in the beginning none of those abilities matter yet, then you just want to paint up the initial thing and what makes them evil. If
Mhm.
you're creating a custom race based on pre-existing races, like let's say I'm going to mash up elves and hobbits. I'm going to create an elven hobbit. Then you could touch upon the character. It's like an elf if it exists in the universe. It's like this race, and then layer on your description on top of it.
Mm.
Those would be my recommendations.
I like that. Yeah. Just being heavy on just the description and what they need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good advice. um, Courtney said, "At least I plan to build you up after." Okay, after making us cry, I'm gonna break you down to build you up.
I was like, am I going to build everyone up after? Yes, I feel so. I think my goal with Scarecrow is to take the reader on an emotional catharsis.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's going to be so many highs or lows, but it will be such a reward. It'll be like so many rewarding highs by the end.
Mm.
And I think like I've tried to weave that the roller coaster of the reading experience so it goes back and forth. So
Yeah.
it feels like by the time they've gotten to the last page, the reader is going to feel like they've gone on like an incredible journey. It's only
Mm.
just beginning.
Oh, I love that. And that makes sense too. Like you want to have those lows so that the highs feel
Hmm.
really high. Like you feel
Hmm.
that. So there has to be bad and good in the world, in real life too. um. Oh, Regina, I still would not want to talk to someone. It's the aid.
Oh
I don't
gosh,
care. I still. um.
like too much work. Like, I just want to send an email.
Don't judge the book by the cover. 90% of people in my book will be like custom races. The character
Mm,
is a raccoon humanoid, but I don't want to use raccoon too much. Oh, okay.
mm.
Got it.
So then it sounds like you just don't want to use the specific word of raccoon.
Yeah.
What I would do is I would go look up like what are 20 different ways. Like I personally would for the research purpose, I would go into something like ChatGPT and just go get ideas and be like, what are 20 ways that someone could describe a raccoon? Or get
Mm-hmm.
a list of adjectives, verbs, adjectives, and descriptions. And then
Yeah,
give
like
that
for like,
ideas to how would you describe a raccoon, right? And then you could pick things that you're like, that type of word might work. And then it might give you more vocabulary in how to describe this race. If like there's
yes.
defining raccoon features.
Yes, I second that. Yeah, like
Mhm.
I don't know, like the masked face or the ringed tail, like putting that in. Like I use Word Hippo to find synonyms. And I use that
Interesting.
for In a Diamond Bright and Broken, because I was like, I don't want to just say diamond. So I've got
Hmm.
gems, jewels,
Hmm.
like, so I've got those different. I
Interesting.
can think of
Is
all these.
Word Hippo like an online
Yeah, it's just a
thesaurus?
website. Yeah,
Hmm.
like a thesaurus. And I use
Hmm.
the synonyms, but you can also um, look up antonyms, definitions, rhymes. Oh, even see something, fine words. Is that when you can't think of a word? I'm not sure if that's
Interesting.
it, but all words starting with, oh, maybe it's for crossword people. But anyways, I use the synonyms one because sometimes,
Interesting.
because even like in the first draft, I know I'm not supposed to be kind of line editing, but I'm like,
Mhm.
I definitely know this is not the word I should be using right now. I'm just going to quickly look this up. I'm like, it's
Mhm.
not sad. What is it? Okay. Oh yeah, disappointed. Okay.
Mm.
And then I kind of move on because I just
Mhm.
can't. I can't just write sad. Or like, yeah, the whole like
Mm.
gems jewels thing. So yeah, I think is helpful. Um, okay, let us. Oh wait, I have to move this back just a little bit because I kind of double this. It's like not quite 1 hour for me to be able to play this through. Um,
That's a fun game, by the way.
yes, I need to play it. So, like especially now with the beautiful music, I'm like, oh,
It's one of those games that it's very kind of simple, but it has very beautiful graphics. It's like a very
mm.
simple, easy to play.
And
Mhm.
I like that. Like, yeah, give me that. Give me the easy. All right, we are going to start the second sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. All right. That was the end.
For the ones ensuring the job always gets done, and the ones wearing many hats, Grainger offers professional-grade industrial
we don't want
supplies
this.
and real-time.
So funny. Okay,
Wow.
let's see who won 3. Ash won.
Oh man, Bluey
I would
tried.
say 3.
He's just
Oh,
hanging
he
out there
did.
with those big eyes of his.
Those big meth eyes that
Those big meth eyes. He's just bobbing his head back.
He's like
He's on
have
the
you
snow.
seen the like the Homer Simpson like laundromat like
Where his like eyes are super big.
yeah, like big and shiny.
Mhm.
Let's see, there was 2, 10, 5, 6. Okay. Oh my
Did
gosh.
somebody
Okay.
win 3? Did anyone get 3?
So no 3. So I think 2 is it 2 or 10? I feel like
2 or
2's
10? I think that's kind of hard to say. 2 and 10 are kind of in the same spot.
yeah, I see 2
Wow.
2 shadow a little closer, so I'm gonna go with 2, which means that Martha won.
Ooh. Nice.
And
The orange cat won.
it was Raph. Raph always votes for Garfield. He says Garfield slash Heathcliff slash
Oh man.
Oh, what's this about the music, the imagination, your kind words? Is it real? We're here in the weather, this Akashic realm. Our memories live on. Writer, dreamer, friends wrote my first little story inspired by y'all.
Aw.
Oh, wow.
Aw,
Thanks.
that's
It's
so
so like
cool. That's so
ephemeral.
cool.
So cool. Courtney wrote 380 words. Have to stop
Nice.
early to feed the dog. Very important. Yes.
Nice.
While I add up my words, how did you do?
I did all right. I got distracted, but I got distracted in the story this time though.
Hey, that's good.
Oh man, I don't know why I'm like putting off doing this. Like I'm not even blocked. I know what to write.
No,
Just, I'm like I have too many words. I need to cut down on the worriness. I need to cut down my word count. I'm trying to go down, yet my writing is saying keep going up.
I remember, what is it? Is it in the the EB White and Stunk? EB White
And strong elements of style.
Strunk? Yeah, the elements of style. I think
Yes.
was it them who were I think it was in their book where I read, where they said every word you cut, you gain $1. Was it in that one? And
Yeah,
I was
think so,
like,
actually.
yeah,
I think so. By the way, any writer who wants to practice up on a technical writing, this is like a great. You see how short it is? Like less than 100 pages. It's like a great like technical manual on style. Highly recommend.
Yeah, that was one of the first books I bought when I was like consuming the writing craft. And yeah, I still have it because I should revisit it. Like there's a lot. I'm like, you know what? I should probably reread this, get like a refresher on things. Because that one was like a keeper. So
one of the first books I ever read on craft was when I was really young, and I don't know how I came across it, but I got this. It was The Complete Guide to Writing Fantasy. And I remember reading this when I was really young, and it goes in depth into just each of the elements of like character development, world building. I don't know what else I've touched on it. Clothing, as it pertains like the fantasy genre.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there was this other book that I had that was writing like science fiction and fantasy. Let's see.
Yeah, Roth mentioned On Writing by Stephen King. That's usually one like it's kind of like an industry standard.
So good.
On Writing is good. Save the Cat writes a novel is a good one for writers and structure if they like that Save the Cat model.
Yes. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Writing Fantasy and Science Fiction by Orson Scott Card,
Yep, there
Philip
we go. That makes
Athens,
sense.
and Jay Lake. But that
Hmm.
was one like where I wasn't expecting that it really was. There were things in there that like I couldn't find in any other writing craft book because it was
Hmm.
like that writing fantasy where it was when I was writing the Celestial Code and there was something actually a word uh,
Hmm.
for like a certain device, and there was
Hmm.
a word in like the science fiction section, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it, that's the word for this device. And it was just like I was not going to find that anywhere because I was kind of trying to like put my own spin on some certain like objects and things like that. And so
And pray tell, what is the Celestial Code?
oh, that's the book of my heart that
Was that your first book that you
no, well, it was the second book that I queried, but one that I was like just really wish that had gotten an agent and I had gotten published. But
I mean, now
and
that you're published, you probably have a better chance of it getting it in
yes,
once you've
I'm
gone in through
gonna
Diamond. I mean, considering that Diamond is only 2 books, right?
right, yeah,
Right. So
I'm
it's, yeah.
because it got like rejected, when I was in the
But it's
query
great because you already have the material. Is the book done?
it is, yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
great.
like
That's literally just something that in your catalog that's ready to do it in the future.
exactly. So
Mhm.
it's one I want to pitch to Zara
Oh
after
yeah,
I sell
Zara,
the sequel.
the one Zara's not here this time. She's probably like watching.
She knows, she does know about it. Well, and because I told her, I'm like, I think, when I was querying and I was just like, why am
Mhm.
I not hearing back from people? And I'm like revising my opening chapter, switching,
Mm.
okay, let's make the third chapter the first chapter, and doing all the like just switching
All
all
right,
these
Holly. So
things.
I'll give you the test. We'll see if it's pitch worthy to Zara. What's this book about?
Oh my gosh. And hold on. But
I
one
was
of the
putting you on the
reasons why
spot.
I think it wasn't like a lot of agents, that I mean, no agents
Cup of
actually
tea.
like even asked for anything was because it's an urban fantasy with light sci-fi elements. And so I think
Urban
that
fantasy with
made it a little
sci-fi.
bit
Okay.
harder for them to know where to place it.
Mm.
So if Zara
Like,
doesn't want
is it
it, I'm
fantasy
like,
or is it sci-fi?
it's more fantasy.
Hmm.
It's like that's why like the world is in space, but the
Hmm.
world feels fantasy. So there's not
So
like
fantasy world in space.
yeah, it's essentially
Fantasy.
that. And then there's some elements because they
Mm.
travel
They
through
travel on spaceship.
space. They travel through space. It's like kind of this um like a
You know what
teleport,
genre
like
that you know what
transport.
genre like upcoming genre that's becoming more popular is fantasy, sci fantasy.
That would be
That's like a
great.
that's I've been
That would be
hearing the
great.
genre more where it's basically just mashing fantasy and sci-fi
Mm,
together.
nice.
But it's becoming a little bit more popular. It might go into that genre.
Ugh.
Yeah, if it uses both elements.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
And so like I literally want to cry like when I like think about the book because I really do love it. And so
Why?
it's
Why?
it's
Why?
one
Because it's like so good.
happy to like it's because like I love the characters, I love the
Hmm.
story, the world
Hmm.
building.
Hmm.
So I'm okay with shelving certain books, but this one I'm
Hmm.
like I'm thankfully like I have trad pub experience under my belt because like I that's why I went the trad pub route.
Hmm.
I didn't want to self-publish because I don't want all the control, but
Hmm.
also I believe in the Celestial Code and love it so much that I can't let it die on the shelves or like die on my shelf. So I would consider self-publishing it. But the I have my blurb. It's on the website here.
All right, let's hear it.
But it's 16-year-old Luci Baruvi dreams of a happy and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't read this in forever. Sorry. She dreams of a happy family, but that's the exact opposite of what she's got. With a stepfather who's verbally abusive and a mother who refuses to leave, Luci is constantly caught in the crossfire. One night, a mysterious celestial ruler of the cosmos appears to Luci, claiming his king has chosen her to replace their fallen comrade. If Lucci agrees to be the replacement, she must leave Earth forever and travel beyond Pluto to train with the Celestials' magisphere power and prove herself worthy. But becoming a Celestial isn't as easy as it sounds. She learns of an exiled Celestial hell-bent on killing anyone who stands in his way, and that includes Lucci. All he wants is to keep his powers, avoid being replaced himself, and restore the cosmos to a world untainted by humans, even if it means war with his own people. Refusing to leave her mom's side, like her dad did 9 years ago, Lucci rejects the good Celestial's offer. But danger hits too close to home when the betrayer attacks Lucci and threatens her mom's life. Lucci realizes to truly protect her mom, she must gain the Celestial's power. To remain with her beloved mother would mean turning a blind eye to the destruction sure to befall not only Earth, but the whole universe. Lucci decides to risk everything and leave her monsters at home to fight a bigger demon.
Wow. So I definitely hear a couple of different genres in there. That totally makes sense then.
Yeah.
Why the cross genre, why it would have not gotten the same attention with queering.
Yes.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Except it's doing a different thing, couple different things in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you said your protagonist was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Lucci was 16 years old. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which puts that in young adult.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that actually earlier on an earlier stream. Like,
oh, you were
on a young adult protagonist. Like, how old can a character be, or how young can they be for it to be considered for an adult category?
Oh, and what did you guys like decide on, or?
I think we might have gotten sidetracked because I don't think we came to a decision. But I mean, the way I was looking at it was like Harry Potter. Everyone knows Harry Potter. Started off, 11, 12 years old. It's young adult. But would you say that the last books were still young adult, or had they evolved to something for more of a mature audience? Debatable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because Harry Potter, he started 11?
Yeah.
Was he 11? Yeah.
Started as 11 years old. So, I mean, you could say the first book is definitely like young adult urban fantasy. Young adult fantasy, yeah.
And then maybe it became more of like a, because there is that range, like 13 to 18 or whatever. So, maybe it started more on the younger side, and then it was still young adult, but kind of teetering on the edge.
But I liked that blurb. I feel like it intrigues me on the whole celestial like journey that she's about to take through space. Feel like there's like a time element to it, because I was like felt like she's gonna go on a trip through time and space.
Yes, yeah.
And I was getting like hints of that. I vote that she becomes a celestial to save the family. But what is a celestial, and what war has she gotten herself into for the cosmos?
Oh my gosh. It has my heart. Oh my gosh, I miss it so much. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's gonna be out there someday. So
it probably will be, but the fact that it's done and that you just have it ready, I feel like is actually a huge selling point.
Yeah, and it's like the first of like a 4 or 5 book series. Like I
know. So then the next one will be the series.
Yeah. So
I like that. I feel like I get into it whenever I read any type of like blurb, or even when I read like my own blurb, like I just get excited about it.
Yeah.
How did it feel after not having read it for so long?
Oh, it felt good. It makes me want to like read the story all over again. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Courtney.
It sounds like things I read on Wattpad and pay to read chapter apps. Aw, that's really cool. If you can't get it queried through anyone, you could always do one of those. You always do as a pay to read chapter, or chapter book. At least do the first book and then build a readership for the series.
Yeah, that's so true. Thanks for the rec. Yay! I'm excited now. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it was to the point where like I bought like a lot of things I bought were like celestials, like stars and all of that, and then like after I had to shelve it, and stopped querying, I was like, I was like, I can't wear this because it reminds me of the Celestial Code.
You're just getting too heartbroken.
If it's on
Careful.
Wattpad, wouldn't it be
Like public knowledge. That's interesting.
yeah, wouldn't it be like copywritten?
Mm-hmm.
Or I would copyright it and then I would post it on Wattpad.
Hmm.
Because
Might be
I've
smarter.
copywritten things before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a while, but didn't want to miss your 220.
Nice.
Shout out, Calvin.
Woo. I think that's about how much I got that time too.
Nice. I got 320, so I got more than the first sprint, which I'm happy about.
Nice. Yep. Technically, I got more than the first sprint too, so I feel
Nice.
accomplished on that front.
Nice.
All right,
And I
time
was
to
like,
go for 2,000 words this next time.
yes. Oh my gosh. Well, my goal, because I had because last week was rough, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give myself a good, better, best goal.
Mhm.
So my good goal was to write 1K. My
Mhm.
better was, I think, 2.5, and then my best was 5. So I'm like, if I can just write 1K,
1, 2, 5.
yeah,
Okay, that's nice.
yeah. So then it's like, if I don't hit this, this lofty, goal that I made, I don't feel like a failure. I still hit one of the milestones. So,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good strategy.
yeah. 133, looking up descriptions.
Nice.
Nice. 645 words of this chapter to explain the cliffhanger of the previous chapter. Oh, so
Yeah.
fun.
Gotta cue up the post cliffhanger vibes.
Oh, yes. Okay, let me pull up the final timer. So that we can vote while we go through the rest of the comments.
Oh, all right. I feel like this sprint is going to be excellent.
Haley said, I don't want this to cover up it's only covering up the first cap, but I finished the notes and studied with my mom. Yay! I don't need to start reading this book for my international relations class until next week, so I'm putting it aside for now and working on my writing. I love that.
Nice.
Flexibility.
Nice. That's awesome.
And Itchy. Oh, no.
What's up, Itchy? Total excellence.
I love it. Okay. I'm gonna go with, it's like a
1, 2,
dark
3,
red
30,
in front of the brown one.
27. Yeah, I think there's 3. So I think blue is 27. Yeah.
Nice. I'm going with 23. I think that's the red one. 23 or 24. We'll see when they start running. I do not like words like final sprint or last sprint. Sorry. So let's finish this
next sprint.
Third sprint strong. It's so funny. Oh, let me back this up a little bit. I'm gonna back that up. Okay. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. All right. We will start this final sprint, third sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone.
Hackers sell your passwords, bank details, and private messages. Stop them with McAfee. Secure VPN AI-powered.
All right. Oops, I forgot my the banner saying sprint 3 of 3. I always forget. Look at that little smoky one. Oh, number 8.
Let's see. Oh man, Bluey. What?
No.
I was like, I don't see Bluey on screen.
No, there's 19.
I think 19 is dark Bluey.
Yeah, 19 is dark. Reverse Bluey.
Darth. 19 is Darth Bluey.
Darth Bluey. But so maybe Darth Bluey won because there's 5. Who else? No, that was it. Okay. So Darth Bluey won.
Good job, Darth Bluey.
Yay. Yeah, mine's not even on.
I think he I don't know. He did something with Bluey. He probably threw some like snowballs out to distract them.
Yes. Oh, I forgot what. So then I did Smokey, Garfield, and then Darth Bluey. I'm writing it down. Courtney 630.
Nice. Yay. I lost every race. It's okay, Courtney. Maybe the next one.
That means you won the race. Okay, let me count up my words. Yay, I finally passed the 55K mark. Woohoo. Oh, 3. Whoa, 440. Yes, so I beat my last sprint. Yes.
I did pretty good. I did about 800.
Nice. That's really good.
Yeah, I was trying to make up for lost time.
It's good. You came in clutch for the 3rd sprint.
I was starting to get into it. You know, it's just because I feel like I'm pressuring myself. Like I need to cut down on words, and I'm like, but I need to get through this. This is an introduction chapter. Yeah.
Still, I think like even if you're like adding words, but you know you're gonna be able to cut it later, you know, because those words that you're adding might be, you know, good words to keep, and there are other words that you've already written that might be better to cut down on, you know. So
agreed.
Yeah, that's tough though. That's hard when you're like, this is doing the exact opposite of my goal.
I've done, and I'm almost 40% of the way into the second draft, and I don't think I'd anticipated how much rewriting I was going to do in the second draft. And
sorry. Just realized because I usually have the stream up to make sure it's there, and I'm like, oh, it never even started, so I have to restart it. So what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I already lost track of it. I don't know what I was saying. I'll meet my goals one day.
Yes. Yay. With that, I've definitely hit my 1K, my good goal. So
nice. Maybe I need to have like a good, great, better goal.
Good,
like
better, best. Yeah, good, better, best.
Actually, here, this is going to be my level distinction. There's going to be my good goal. It's going to be my great goal. There's going to be the dragon goal.
I love that. Yes. Because then who's going to, I want to hit the dragon goal.
I know. I think everyone will want to hit. I was like, dang, it started here first, Holly. I'm going to start setting a 3-goal standard for everyone. Yes.
I'm going to use that now.
Good, great, or dragon.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I'm going to tell that because, I think it was my mastermind group that first told me about that. So now I'm gonna be like, so there's a new term for this now, just so you know, when you see, because we write our goals and at the end of, you know, our meeting, our goals that we want to accomplish by the next meeting. So I'm like, if you see good, great dragon, this is what that means.
Yes, I love that. Yes, I approve.
Well, thank you everyone for joining. And Kauffman, it's so good to have you back.
Ooh, and I've been so busy. This year's been crazy. Yeah. Crazy busy. It's only going to get busier. I'm not we're only wrapping up.
Yeah, and I was looking at March and April, and I'm like, oh my goodness, the weekends are, I'm like, okay, when am I free? And then someone's like, oh, this date. And then I'm like, oh, I hope I don't have something scheduled there already. Okay, no, I don't. But now that's another day that it's starting to be that I feel like in the summer, I can get kind of busy, but the spring is when just things start happening, and it's I have something every week or sometimes both days during the weekend. It's just crazy. So
I know I filled up most of my weekends are generally filled up because I booked out the podcast, and then I kind of set the streaming schedule for the quarter. So I try to set the streaming schedule a quarter ahead, at least for the weekend streams. And then with the Write Now community, we're in the middle of our first month of the Read Now book club. So we're in the middle of the book club right now, which is cool. Emil's book is cool so far. But we're going to chat about that at the end of the month. And then we're about to go into planning for our next holiday writing event, which is the Fated Fantasy Fiction Contest, which will be late spring. And then going into summer, I was asked to host the AuthorTube Writing Conference.
Yes, I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, come on in, Clutch. Cool. It's so awesome.
So like I imagine my time's probably going to be a little booked with that once we get into summer.
Yeah. And I've wanted to like host I don't know what they call it, like a stream or whatever for the event, but
did you sign up?
No, whenever they have it, I always have something that weekend. So I've literally done it.
That makes sense.
And maybe there was one year that I was free, but then I was like, I can't add something else. Like I didn't have the bandwidth. And so I'm like, I will just be a spectator. Like unfortunately for the AWC. But that's so cool. Yeah. Good things in your future, in your present and future.
Fingers crossed. At the rate that the channel's growing, I think I'll hopefully hit 1,000 probably by May or June at this rate. I was like, hopefully hit. We'll see if I'm cool enough to hit there. If our community is cool enough.
Yeah, I think so. Courtney said only 1.5 more pages to finish editing chapter 8. Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, I finished that chapter during that last sprint and sent it to, my sister, my alpha reader. So that was fun because I left her at a cliffhanger before, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, XYZ," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't think about that." But no, that's not what happened. I got to finish this chapter so you can. I can dish the deets to you.
Man.
But yeah, so it was so fun to have you on. Definitely we'll have you back next month if you have the bandwidth for it, of course.
Holly, I always have the bandwidth for your streams.
Yay!
Especially with Bluey and Darth Bluey now.
Yes. Darth Bluey's here to stay.
But this does mean that you're going to have to hit the dragon goal, though.
I will. For sure. Next week, I don't know, like I change up my goals every week for my mastermind, but I'm like, whatever my dragon goal is, yes, then next week I will be able to say that I hit it.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining. Hi, Brain Traumatizer. We are just wrapping up. I will be here next week. Let's see. Oh, with Zara and Teresa. And then the following week, the 24th, I am on vacation, so I will not be streaming, but then I will be back on the 31st. So hope you guys got a lot done. Sounds like you did, that this gave you a good start to the week. And I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. And we will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.